Welcome back to Jacked Up for Jesus. Time to get jacked up. I want to talk to you today about something. When you install an LED on your vehicle, your motorcycle, or anything like that, there's a few things that they don't tell you about that, and it's what they call hyperflash. And I was inspired by this hyperflash to talk to you about Jesus Christ and hyperflash and how the term hyperflash can affect our lives. Just so happened over here on the most beautiful motorcycle that ever sat on the face of the earth. I just got done installing some LEDs, and the turn signals didn't work. They flashed very fast. So what the factory recommends, or while you're installing LEDs, they tell you to go out and get a load resistor. They're right here. I'm not going to tell you what name brand they are, and like I said, I'm not going to do an instructional video because the only person I promote is Jesus Christ, and he sponsors me. But it was very inspiring as I was going through this process of trying to stop hyperflash. I thought about the very hyperflash that happens in our life when things get out of circuit, so to speak, and we need something in our life to kind of stop that hyperflash from taking place. And you know what? Jesus Christ is that load resistor in our life. You know, so many things in our life come along that, you know, it seems like we're just getting hit one at a time. Boom, 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 boom. You know, the mortgage is due. You know, my kids are sick. The car broke down, and it's like it never happens at a convenient time either. And all these things just keep piling up, and it's like hyperflash. It's just flashing through your life. All this stuff's flashing through, and then, you know, we turn to so many different things instead of our load resistors. We turn to other things that's going to slow down that hyperflash, but it doesn't, because that hyperflash will always be there. Well, I'm telling you right now, the only true hyperflash in your life, just like what these LEDs need, is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ in your life will give you the ability, once you receive Him, you have repented, and you turn in the direction of Christ, He will give you a peace, a solemn in Him to slow that hyperflash down. He'll give you the whereabout to, hey, as all these things pile up, you know what? I'm still alive. I'm still breathing. You know, like I said, the car broke down. You know, the dog's sick. I might lose my job. But you know what? I have God by my side. I got to be faithful. And just like I got to be faithful in these resistors to work on my LEDs, I got to rely on God to be there for me and stop that hyperflash in my life. And this has been an interesting process, you know, putting these on. And, you know, it was a struggle. I had to take the fender off, and just like life, it was, you know, one thing after another, stripping out bolts, trying to pull the wires all the way through, which that in itself, you know, this project took me longer than I wanted to. And just like in life, you know, your walk with Christ can take longer than you want it to, because we're so caught up in this world right now, and I want it now moment, you know, like, if you're out there and you're asking for blessings and praising God and say, listen, I need it in my life now. Well, sometimes it takes a little bit to get those load resistors in the mail, you know, or maybe you have to go shopping around and find those load resistors at a local store. And just like trying to have God and receive God and find your way, that you might have to seek it in different places and stop for a minute, you know, just like, you know, checking websites for load resistors. You know, you're going to have to go out and check different places. Where does God want me to be? How do I stop this hyperflash? Do I put myself in this position? Do I go over here? And it's just, those kind of things are the what ifs in life. And if you don't put God and Jesus Christ in your load resistor, you're going to continue to have hyperflash in your life. Your LEDs aren't going to be flashing properly. You know, you're gonna be constantly seeking the wrong light. You know, your light's not going to be true. And another interesting thing, as I was sitting here doing this, and I'm thinking the technology has changed. Like, you know, it started off, you know, we had torches and lights and candles, and then we went to, you know, burning fuel, and then eventually the incandescent bulb came, and now we have all these fancy LED lights. But you know what? Light is still light. And just like Jesus Christ and God, He's never changed. Yes, He might look and come in different forms, but He has never changed. He's always going to be the same. Light is the light, regardless of where the light is coming from. Light never changed. So I just wanted to share that with you out there, to all you folks. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe to our YouTube video. Lisa Saints Airy Crew, please share them too, because there's people out there. I get comments all the time that, wow, like I could have used this in my life, or I got a friend that who could really, who maybe he's into installing LEDs, or he's in a motorcycle mechanic, or a car mechanic, or just anyone who needs it in their life, and just get the message out about Jesus Christ. And it's never too late, and there's nothing that you have done that you can't be forgiven for. So I just want to say I love you out there. God bless, and we'll see you next time on the Jacked Up for Jesus.